Empress Virgo of Empress Virgo Tarot, back again with another reading. This time it's a What I Am Feeling energy message for the collective for the week of April 3rd to the 9th of 2023. Again, that's April 3rd to the 9th of 2023. I hope you guys are staying healthy, happy, and safe out there, and I appreciate all the love and the support that you guys give to me and to the channel. It is much appreciated. So, happy Easter to all you guys who celebrate. I hope you guys have a good holiday or are having a good holiday, depends on when you're watching this reading. But I want to let y'all know that when I was looking at the astrology for this week, of the April 3rd to the 9th, it seems like at the beginning of the week, a lot of people are going to be in the energy of trying to scramble and get their ideas together to impress the boss on the job or in your business pursuits or creative endeavors. So be on the lookout for that. It's like it's going to be a dog eat dog, cutthroat atmosphere in work dynamics. And you really might want to steer clear of that, even though that energy is going to balance out by midweek. On the weekend, though, you still have to look out for, especially around Easter on the 9th. Um, you got to be aware of people trying to stir up trouble. Now, around this time, a lot of families get together and gather or have holiday dinners or whatever, most people do during this time. And it might be one person or several people that might try to get on your nerves, try to take over things, try to stir up stuff, and they're not trying to help. They're trying to literally cause chaos during this week. So be on the lookout for that. Additional advice that I could give you is to focus on the importance of being together, gathering with your close loved ones, if you do that, with your friendship groups, whoever it is, instead of letting anyone's ego be inflated, or because there's going to be one out of the mix, it never fails, that will stir up some stuff and try to cause things to go haywire, okay, because they want to take over things or they want to do something, but then when someone steps aside and let them do it, then they don't really know what they're doing. So be on the lookout for that. Somebody trying to stir the pot this weekend. I'm being honest, because the astrology points to. And then on Thursday, going back, we have the full moon in Libra occurring in this opposite of Jupiter in Aries. So, like I said, that's gonna be. It's not gonna lead to diplomacy. So even if you are like the peacekeeper of the family or the friendship group, somebody's going to even come at you for trying to, you know, make peace. So keep that in mind, okay? But towards the end of the week, you know, after that holiday, it should be okay for you to try to make amends or keep the peace, okay? But a lot of people around this time are going to be in the mode of standing up for themselves and fighting for themselves, okay? Or trying to achieve their goals. So just be mindful of that energy, okay? Ooh, child. So let's get into the Astro cards, okay? So let's see. What additional energies should the collective watch out for, Divine Holy Spirit? That's a lot going on. Scorpio, the animal. Transformation, secrets, passion, intensity. Like I told you, it's going to be intense time during this week, so be on the lookout for that. What else you got for? Wow, semi-sextile allowing. Encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, give hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. So for some of y'all gonna be, like I said, you're gonna be trying to play the peacekeeper. That could go your way. Then again, it could go the opposite way. Didn't I say something about a boss or a boss energy, Capricorn energy? Somebody's gonna be trying to be rigid or trying to get their ideas out there toward the boss. Your boss may or may not be receptive to it, so keep that in mind. Look what else is here. Saturn. Okay, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, I believe. So look, you gotta have discipline, structure. For some of y'all, it's like y'all gonna be trying your best. I keep feeling to bite your tongue this coming holiday weekend and even this week of April 3rd to the 9th, to where it's literally gonna be you like, okay, whatever. You're trying to literally be the bigger person, but someone's going to keep poking the bear. I just heard, okay? Oh my God. Pluto transformation, renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution, composting, cycles, death, rebirth, subversion, suspicion, obsession, intensity, reckoning, taboos, clearing, and extremes. Like I told you, this energy is not for play this week, okay? Queen of Cups, complexity. Very complex energy that everyone will be working with. And you, for some of y'all going to be confused or irritated as to why someone is going to be like, kind of sort of like coming for you, or won't settle down and just leave things alone and let things be. It's like whoever this person is, they just like to stir the pot. You'll know who it is because there's one in every family. Hopefully it's only one because, baby. Or one in every friendship group. The one that won't let stuff go. The one that just won't leave you alone or someone alone and they cause chaos. Ooh, child. First house, self. Like I said, a lot of y'all might be wanting to focus on yourself during this week, and someone might be poking at you, be like, why you don't want to come and do this, or why you don't want to do that? And you might go, and then you be like, at a certain point, you can't. I'm just being for real. For some of y'all got an energy vampire in your family that's real close in regards to the relationship. On the bottom of the deck, you have third house, perception, speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, dating, sibling. Baby. For some of y'all, it's y'all sibling that gets on your nerve. Research, street life, circulation, discussion, surroundings, and sociability. Somebody might say something to you about something on social media, and you're like, well, I didn't hear about that. Or they might say something about a post or something that you did, and it might get blown out of proportion, y'all. That's what I keep picking up on. But so be aware of that. Not saying you have to nitpick and walk on eggshells, but it's going to be somebody who just going to like blow up out of the blue. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Divine Holy Spirit, what additional messages do you have for the collective for the What I Am Feeling energy message for April 3rd to the 9th of 2023? Child. Some of y'all might feel like y'all just need to stay away and work on yourself and get yourself right. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but I feel like somebody's going to call you out on that. It's always one, y'all. I'm telling you. It's always that one person trying to poke the bear or stir the pot. It's not. Right? But it's okay. I'm just saying. You got to let them do what they do. Sometimes they might get tired. Sometimes they may not. Okay. The Queen of Wands here coming out. Wow. Okay. The Hangman. Judgment. Wow. The Five of Swords. The Eight of Cups. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. Yep, that's that energy. And the Page of Wands. Look, somebody, like I said, it's a younger sibling or somebody who acts real young-minded. I'm just being keeping it a buck with y'all. It's like you've tried to work with them. You've tried to wait on them to grow up. You tried to wait on them to do right. It's like, if this isn't someone who's really, really young or younger than you, this is someone who's young-minded. Like they have arrested development. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's like they just can't see past their nose. I just heard. It's like they don't really. You ever been around somebody, whether they be family members? For some of y'all, this is family, or someone who is like real close to your family, taking have residence here, and you really don't have anything in common with that person. Y'all are like polar opposites. You might be to yourself or quiet, or maybe you're not quiet, but you know that this person always causes chaos and stirs up things whenever they come around. They're low-key an energy vampire, and you sitting there looking like, why y'all keep inviting them to stuff? Or like you try to avoid them, but they just won't leave you be. That's the energy I keep picking up for some of y'all. Like y'all hate to. It's like you'd rather avoid going to certain functions, friend functions, family functions, in order to stay away from that particular person. This is for somebody. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, this might be this person's energy. This might be your energy. It is a general reading. I feel like this person might be really outgoing and likable to a degree, but they get on people's nerve. But people don't see what you see about them. Ooh, child. And you just try to, be cordial and be personable, but they always coming at you sideways for some of y'all. Ooh, child. And this makes you hesitate or pause, and you trying to figure out what's wrong with this person, why they keep doing this. For some of y'all, this could be someone on your job. Remember I told you about the energy at the beginning of the work week, where someone is always, or everyone is going to be in this scrambling energy, like they got to get all their ideas or whatever um, done for the boss to see it, and you looking like, hold on, let me just take a minute to pause and get my thoughts together, and then I'll come with what I need to come with. For some of y'all, though, I feel like a twofold thing, like the energy with the work and with like somebody in your family trying to confront you about something, and you like sitting here like the hangman, like, I don't have time for this. What is this? It's like you always try to take the high road with this person, but they always coming for you. And I feel like they gonna try to come for you, and you gonna be like this. Do you see how they looking? It's like you trying to avoid the conflict, you trying to avoid everything, but it's like one of your angels or your guys gonna be like, look, you need to address this. And you gonna be like, but I don't want to. And they gonna be like, look, you address it or we address it. Oh, child. Okay. It's like you're really going to have to make a judgment call on something, or you're going to be nudged to address something, whether someone wants to hear it or not, because they're going to start with you first. And I feel like y'all have to, some of y'all going to say what you got to say, and it's going to be like a cold, sharp razor for someone. They might have been poking you, and you might lash out. This is going to cause somebody to feel Five of Swords energy right here. I'm not going to lie. Others of y'all, this is how I feel like you feel about going to family gatherings or functions, or even friend gatherings or functions. It's like, I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to bite the bullet and do it. For some of y'all, that's for very few of y'all. Like I said, it might be some stuff that gets stirred up on the job or even at these family gatherings or functions between you or somebody else or someone close to you and another person who likes to stir the pot. I keep picking it up, whether it's on the job or in your friendship group or in your family dynamics. You would know. But some of y'all, it's like you ready to go. You walking away from this because it's draining. Whoever this person is, they always starting something with you, whether it's your boss, whether it's a coworker, whether it's so-called friend, whether it's one of your so-called family members. It's like you've had enough. It's draining, and you're not finna sit through this. Whatever it is they trying to do, you finna go. You don't have time for this. It's like you got more stuff going on in your world than for you to be dealing with them being petty and trying to stir up stuff. Whoever this person is, they always want to take from your time, from your energy, always trying to be in your business, always trying to be nosy. But you want the scales to be balanced. You don't want to deal with someone who's always like that. For some of you, I keep picking up on that with the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like you minding your own business, and they'll come around and be like one of these fishes right here and try to bite you, or always circling you, trying to figure out what's going on with you. For some of y'all got somebody low key gang stalking you. I'm not being facetious. I keep feeling that, and I feel like you may be aware, but you trying to act like it's not what it is because it's a family member or a so-called close relative or friend. It might be a coworker. I feel like you ready to move and go on, but I feel like whoever this person is, they low key are stalking you. With the Page of Wands, I've never seen the Page of Wands like that. But when I'm looking at this coyote or this fox, whatever it is, it's like someone is always wanting to know the tea on you. And this person might be someone you work with, someone trying to get your work ideas or your job ideas, and then they take your ideas and present it to the boss. Others of y'all, this is someone that's close to you or close to your family, whether it be a relative, friend, whoever, that is low key gang stalking you. And the kicker is you don't even want to know what's going on with them, but they always want to know what's going on with you, and you really don't like that energy. You would rather them leave you alone because you don't bother nobody, and you mind your own business. But I feel like for some of y'all got to be aware of that energy and move accordingly. Just because you walk away from something doesn't mean someone else has left it alone, and you have to be aware of that. If you can, try not to engage with this particular person. I know it's hard for a lot of people because they're spending the holidays or spending time with family, especially if this person is someone in your family or your close friendship group where everybody you know is close to them except for you, and they kind of take all of their energy and try to cause you to kind of like lash out at them, or they nitpick at you. But I feel like a lot of y'all are gonna have to change your perspective on that as the hangman. And look, this was on the bottom of the deck. I told y'all, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your words, whatever discussions are going on. Like for some of y'all, this person might be, like I told you, gang stalking your social media. If you look at that card and look at the page of wands, I keep feeling like somebody, they really don't, it's like they really kind of low key obsessed with you, whether it be, like I said, someone close to you or someone on the job. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of how you approach things or say things towards them, because it's like they using every opportunity they can to trigger you for some of y'all. Ooh, child. God dang it. Okay. It's like you don't even want to do that with them, but they try to make you go there. I don't. Ooh, child. There's something wrong with people. Like I said, whoever you're dealing with, if they're not real young minded, if they're not really young in age, chronological age, they're very young minded. They have arrested development. It's like you can't tell them nothing. Nobody can tell them nothing. They want to do what they want to do. And then they want to cry about the results that they get after the fact. And you're just like, why can't you just sit down somewhere? Why can't you just mind your own business? But they always low key uh, trying to find out information about you or someone in your family or who you're dating or whatever. This is some crazy. There go that energy again. Transformation. Sekhmet, the warrior goddess. A lot of y'all need to work with Sekhmet. She's also a protection goddess, and she carries this judgment energy. That's what I like to say. Okay, I'm serious. She carries that. Goddess Sekhmet carries um the judgment energy, and she protects. Okay, so Goddess Sekhmet is a 7. Okay, and she's all about transformation, fierce compassion, and she's a healer. Some of you guys might be healers. You might be compassionate, and a lot of people try to take advantage of that energy that you have. But I feel like if you feel any type of anxiety, any type of grief, call on the Goddess Sekhmet to help you transform and transmute that energy so that you can work forward and move forward in the energy of compassion instead of lashing out. Okay, because she got your back. Goddess Sekhmet, your guides, your angels, spirit, your ancestors have your back with whatever this is that's going on. Just if it's someone trying to low key come for you, you're going to be protected. You're always protected, but I feel like it's a test. Like somebody might try to trigger you, but it's up to you to move forward and transform that energy. Y'all got Pluto here. It's all about transformation. You got Saturn about wisdom and transformation. You have Scorpio, the animal, about transformation. And um, also passion as well. So I feel like a lot of y'all have to be resourceful during this week, whether it be coming up with your ideas for work and making sure you guard those ideas, because it's someone low key trying to figure out what you're doing so they can take your work or steal your work and present it to your boss. For others of y'all, y'all got somebody who is in your friendship group, like I said, family dynamics, who is like low key obsessed with you. And in order for you to protect and guard yourself, you really have to be mindful and try not to let someone trigger you. Try to transmute that energy if you feel low key triggered. If you can, I would stay away from that person if you can, but if you can't, try to be on the neutral ground, even though, like I said, the astrology for the week is showing where it's somebody that's going to try to stir the pot and try to take over and do things their way. But in the end, once they do that, they'll expose themselves, not you. I'm just saying, okay? Woo, that was long. So that's all I have for the What I'm Feeling energy message for the collective for the week of April 3rd to the 9th of 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, share, subscribe, join our tribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.